Hello, hello. It's Donny Mangos, and it is story time once again. And the theme of this story is going to take on and it's an investment theme. Because I can't help it. I talk about investments because I love them, and I'm obsessed, and I'm passionate, so whatever. Alright, many years ago, I bought a pre-construction condo. It cost me just under $300,000. I had to put down 20% over about a year's period. So I was out of pocket for $60,000, $58,000, but just rounding it up, 60 grand. That 60 grand went towards financing this. I had to wait for a while for it to be built. When it was built, I had a tenant in there immediately. Hey, Margaret. And Margaret was there from the day I took over until the day that I sold it, which we'll get into in a second. This $60,000 that I put down there was my only investment in this property. Except Margaret was paying rent at a rate that is probably under market. Well, it was under market value. She knew it, I knew it, but she was so amazing and so clean and so respectful and doesn't bother me, doesn't call me, just fixes things when they need to be fixed. Like it was an amazing relationship. And in exchange for that, I was getting less money than I could have got theoretically in the open market. So I was out of pocket every single month by, in the beginning about $100 and towards the end more like 250 or so. So call it rounding it off. Call it I was up for $200 a month for the entire time. I was faced with a decision. My wife and I are currently going through a huge renovation. We're building our dream home, and that requires some cash. Like the guys that are working on the house need to get paid. They can't really mortgage that. So, looking at ways to fund all of that, it was clear that selling off this condo would be the right way to go to help provide for that. So, here's a little video of me at the lawyers, or on the way to the lawyers to hand over the keys to my first investment property sale. This is the first time I've sold an investment property. Yes, I buy a lot, I love it, but this is the first time that I've had to sell it. And I gotta say, I'm way more conflicted about this than I was for any of the homes that I've lived in. So, man, this sucks. It doesn't suck. This is being used to fund another investment. So just, again, property ladder talk. All of the money that I put in to buy this property, the deposits and the appreciation and all that, it's actually paying for the majority of my new dream home renovation. So a decision that I made, I don't know, 6-8 years ago, whatever it was, to put down $60,000 is now pretty much financing almost all of a renovation that I'm doing on my dream home. Who knew that many years ago this would work out? Anyways, again, I'm very conflicted. I'll get through this, I'll get past this, and I'm gonna buy more after the house is finished, but today was tough. All right, so yes, I'm pained that I'm considering selling my own investment property. This is the first one I've ever sold. I don't want to do it. I believe in accumulating and buy and hold, all of that, but it just makes sense. I essentially took $60,000 from back in the day, put that money aside into this, and I paid a couple $100 a month, and I sold this property. And when I sold it, after all the fees that I paid and paid back the mortgage and whatever, I was up nearly $300,000. That turned 60 into 300, which is essentially funding the majority of my new renovation. So because of a decision that we had made way back then to part ways with some money over a period of about a year, giving some checks here and there, we ended up being able to finance this dream home build. Okay, so I'm telling you guys, I didn't buy it at a discount. When I bought this property, here it is right here. This is the condo that I bought. In fact, I think it's somewhere up here. I don't know if it's this one or maybe it's this one. I don't remember. That's how often I've been to that property. And inside it looks like this. Cool place, but really it's an investment property. It doesn't really matter to me. This is how well Margaret kept it. So we ended up, after all the fees, got my deposit back, and then another $240,000, call it 300 grand. I didn't buy at a discount. I paid full price, just like you did, or you will, or you are, just like everybody. It wasn't a building that was on a fire sale, nothing like that. It was just a building that was listed for sale, and I, along with some of my clients, bought into this building, with that in mind. I did it. You can do it. It's absolutely possible. The hard part is deciding to do it. Getting started immediately is probably the best way to go about making this happen for you. It does take time to go through this. This has been a 7 or 8 year journey to turn 60 into 300, but I'm there now, and it's something that you guys should really consider if you're thinking about long-term passive income. Any questions? Please, I'm fired away. Whether you're one of my clients, or whether you're just someone on the internet, or even if you're an agent and you're curious to know how this is happening, happy to reach out and chat with you and explain a bit more about the process. Thanks.